Alex Pereira doesn't hold back and straight up says who he believes would win in a fight between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. Shavkat Rakhmonov claims he would have taken Ian Garry's head off if he'd been in the same finishing position, while the Irishman demands more respect after the fight. And much more. Check out what's happening in the world of MMA right now. Tom Aspinall is being labeled as the ideal guy to beat Jon Jones, and millions of fans are even claiming the Englishman would be the favorite in a potential fight against Jones. Here's what Alex Pereira had to say about this, giving his honest opinion on who takes the fight. I think Jon Jones has a lot of experience on his side. Some people say, Aspinall this, Aspinall that, but it comes down to experience. Jon Jones is a seasoned guy. He's been there, so I think he wins. Everybody knows my interest in fighting him, and I was happy to see the initiative he had to speak that on the microphone, to express to everybody that he wants to fight me. We both want it, but it doesn't come down to us. We have to see what plans the organization has for us. Ian Garry surprised everyone with an impeccable performance against the boogeyman of his division and sent a message to everyone who doubted him. I am humble in victory and defeat, I always have been, and I do not feel like I lost today. My hand might not have got raised, but I came out and I fought a giant. I came out and I fought the boogeyman and I showed that he's King human. I went out there on 3 weeks' notice, I saved this event, I saved this card against the scariest man in the division, and I went out there and I stopped almost everything. There was at no point where he looked like he finished the fight. I put him in 2 submissions. I took his back. I had fun. I showed that I can hang with the single best of the division, and I proved tonight on short notice that I can absolutely be a champion and I can do it for 5 rounds and there's no holes in my game. There's nothing that man brought for me tonight. He won by opinion and that's okay. I can live with that and I'm very happy with my performance tonight. I went out there against the scariest man and I nearly King finished him. That shows that I have a championship mentality. 25 minutes, I stood in there across from him, he didn't have anything more than I have. I stopped every single one of his takedowns, it was clean, I made him fight tooth and nail for everything. That shows the level of talent I have and I deserve to be one of the best in the world and I deserve more respect from this now. Ian almost secured a submission in the last round of the fight. When asked about that moment, Shavkat took the opportunity to jab at the Irishman, saying, "It was a great, competitive fight. I gave everything to get the win and I'm happy with the result. It was an uncomfortable situation, you know, but I managed to escape it. If I was in the same position as Ian Machado Garry, I would have taken his head off. You can say he got better, he evolved, he wasn't like that a few years ago. So, it wasn't easy, fighting isn't easy and he put me in some difficult situations and I had to adjust during the fight. Ian Garry did so well in the fight that some people believe the Irishman actually won. One of these people is Chael Sonnen. Here's what the American had to say. Ian Garry physically did some things extremely well. Every time Rakhmonov closed the gap and got his hands on Garry, Garry backed up. It was a big deal on Saturday night, and Ian Garry won in several categories. Rakhmonov has never lost a position, you can't say that anymore. Rakhmonov has never lost a round. I don't know who those judges gave the 5th round to, I couldn't hear. I bet they gave it to Garry though, I think he won that. Ian Garry did what no other guy could do, plus 70%. That's very impressive. I'm campaigning for Ian Garry. Belal has a life-threatening infection in his leg. Belal should not have been there tonight. Belal is too tough and too brave to tell you guys that, but that is what he's dealing with. He can't do 50 push-ups right now. That fight is likely going to be delayed, and we'll see if we even get to that fight. Do not be stunned if Colby rolls through Buckley and Colby draws into a fight against Rakhmonov for an interim championship. I'm just sharing that, don't be stunned. But what do you do with Garry? Garry won tonight, for me, his stock went up tonight, for me. Belal Muhammad also commented on the fight, and he made it clear he's certain he would destroy both fighters. Here's what he had to say. The only thing I saw is that I win. Regardless of when it is, that's how it's going to be. I knew that I was going to be able to beat both of them, whoever came out on top. But after watching it, getting another 5 rounds of seeing it, now I know it's going to be a fight for me that I'm going to walk through. I think I'm a better striker. I think I'm better everywhere. People will sit there and call me a grappler, but in the Leon fight, I outstruck him. He was supposed to be the best striker in the division, but I had 100 more strikes than him. I think I am the best striker in the division, and the way that I fight, it's different than the rest of these guys. It's hard for these guys to catch reads on me and figure me out until you see me in front of you, and then when you see me in front of you, it's already too late because I'm hitting you. There's times when he's resting on the cage, holding him, Garry, they're holding over under. You're getting the ref having to tell you to work, work, work. There won't be that moment with me. I'm going to be the one with the foot on the gas. I'm going to be the one pushing him on the fence, taking him down, letting him back up. Taking him down, letting him back up. If you've never felt that before, you're going to be drowning. It's going to feel like there's nowhere to go. It's going to feel like you're in quicksand. And the same way Leon felt it, and he broke, it's going to be the same thing with Shavkat. Belal is extremely disliked by the MMA community and was openly mocked by Conor McGregor, who made fun of the champion, saying not even the security knew who he was when Belal was stopped from stepping into the octagon. The security doesn't know he's the champ. Look at the state of this C*NT. The security doesn't know he's the champ. I'm not surprised, motherfoo. He is an S-hole. Shut your mouth, you little dope, you barely got into the ring. They don't even know you were the champ, you tick. Who's this foo guy? Who the foo is that guy? The security said. Daniel Cormier gave his honest opinion on this fight and revealed that if there's anyone who's happy with this fight, it's Belal Muhammad himself. Here's what he said. If I'm Belal Muhammad, I'm actually kind of happy watching this fight tonight because Shavkat Rakhmonov did not look like himself even though I learned after that he had an injury. I think he might have tore his MCL going into the fight. Granted, with a torn ligament in your knee, you're not going to look like the killer that you looked like in fights prior. It was a good fight. It picked up late. Machado Garry will look back on this and be very disappointed at the way that he managed round 1 and 2 because in round 1 and 2, not much happened at all, but the few things that did happen was enough to give Shavkat those rounds. Shavkat did a better job in round 4 getting takedowns, but in round 5, Machado Garry was pressing, making him work, and almost got a submission. That was exciting. When you get guys that know each other really well, there's a danger that the fight could turn into something that you kind of expect if you know mixed martial arts, where it's almost like a chess match and it's not as fun. That's kind of what we got with these two tonight. So, folks, Garry definitely surprised everyone, especially by taking this fight on short notice. But what about you? Do you believe Belal Muhammad can easily beat Shavkat Rakhmonov like he claims? Leave your thoughts in the comments so we can chat. If you really love MMA and enjoy staying up to date on everything happening in the fight world, it's definitely worth checking out these other 2 videos that are popping up on your screen. These 2 videos are super important, and I'm absolutely sure you'll enjoy them and stay well informed about the latest MMA news. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a like to help spread the content. See you next time.